Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. I'm not going to be on here very long. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things real quick. The reason why I haven't been making a lot of videos is I've been taking a break, and I got a marathon coming up, and I have to really put a lot of my time and my energy into training and keeping my body up for what I'm about to put it through on October 13th. So I'll try to keep everybody informed as far as how's that's going and everything. But that's not the reason for me starting this stream. I'm gonna get on here because I'm a little irritated with well, not irritated. To be perfectly honest, I should have expected this. To be perfectly honest, now that I think about it. But Shanny just earned her first check here on YouTube. I believe on the 21st is when YouTube hands them out their checks. Her channel is still monetized, from what I understand. I could be wrong. I can double check. But her channel, I think, is still monetized, meaning she can still make money here on YouTube. And the reason why, I mean, normally I would be happy for her. I mean, now they can save their money, and they can go get an apartment, they can do this, they can do that, and they can get their life together. But the problem with them is that that's not what they're doing with their money. See, I've said this for the longest that neither one of them want any help. They just want to get high, and they just want to just waste other people's resources. That's pretty much what they want to do. Jason, from what I understand, was in the hospital for a little bit, and Shanny was the Lone Ranger here on YouTube, doing YouTube content. People were still supporting her and donating to her. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a former friend of Shanny and Rev. I gave them somewhere to live for 2 years, where they lived absolutely rent free and did nothing with their opportunities. Because where they live right now, they live absolutely rent free, and they're doing nothing with their opportunities. Absolutely nothing. And the reason why I guess I'm a little like ugh about the entire situation is that and I could point out the YouTube channels that did this or said this. Uh, this video really isn't for everybody. This video is only for the channels where this is relevant to. But there were a lot of channels a few years ago, Dragnut, the Geek Room, Jules, and some other people in here that was coming on here calling Shanny a child abuser. And you won't believe how many super chats and how much money they was raking in, going around telling everybody that she was a child abuser, convincing people that she was a child abuser, convincing everyone that she was a horrible parent. Then they was getting on here talking about how she was beating Rev and how she was treating him, how all they wanted to do was lie around all day, and they needed to get a job, and how they wanted to just get high all day. This is what those channels was talking about. These same channels that are now supporting her. And they can sit there and say that they're not supporting her till they're blue in the face. We all see what's being said in Shanny's live stream. But these people got on here and I mean, for crying out loud, she laughed. She made fun of the Geek Room's friend for dying. It said that this is what happens to the people that come after her. Give me a second here, guys. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want nobody calling me. Yeah, she went out there and laughed at their friend for dying. Making fun of them. All of that's on Fat Courtney Love's channel. You can go take a look at it. She was laughing at the Geek Room's friend for dying. And they made video after video after video after video after video after video talking about what kind of a crappy, horrible person Shanny and Rev was. Then they had the nerve to get on here with their little fake crocodile tears, getting on here calling CPS to troll, not to actually try to help anybody, but get on here and call CPS to have her children taken away, to get the audience on their side so that they can do what? Make money. And now what they're doing is just absolutely equally disgusting to me. What they're doing is that they're preventing her. I'm sorry, they're not preventing her. They're supporting her and keeping her from getting kicked off of YouTube. Now, I've been paying attention to the people who have been benefiting from that side of YouTube. A lot of people's subs are going up. A lot of people live viewers are going up. Some channels are starting to become relevant again because Shanny is on YouTube. This horrible child abusing person who should not be on social media, the so-called person that they so-called canceled here on YouTube. I left a comment on Shanny's channel when Jason was still in the hospital, and the comment that I left on her channel was, "Milk these people for all they're worth, milk every last one of them." And for those people that know how I truly feel about them, you can take a look at this channel and you'll see what I've said about them. But those people deserve to be milked, and then be milked dry, perhaps even put in a similar position as Shanny and Rev's actually in, for their utter stupidity. They're getting on here and they're just conning people, and they're just as bad. If Shanny and Rev are scammers, and so are these other channels out there that are supporting her financially and making sure that Shanny has a long stay here on YouTube. Those people are just as disgusting, if you ask me. You're gonna get on here and make video after video after video after video after video after video talking about them being child abusers. Now you're supporting them. And then when you get in a little bit of trouble and somebody calls you out, "Gee, man, you used to be their friend." Just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's not without benefits. You know why? They can never come after me again. That's for sure. They can never come after me and say, "Gee, man, you did this and you did that," because now I'm looking at what they're doing. And Teddy Bear is one of the people that financially supports Shanny and Red. But Teddy Bear is in trouble with the law himself. He doesn't care about what's right and wrong. Teddy Bear can get on here and talk about other people until he becomes a green alien from outer space. Teddy Bear needs to go take a look in a mirror and realize that he's talking about himself. Point of the matter is that I can understand if Shanny and Red was getting the money and they were saving up for security and for rent and trying to do something with themselves. But Jason going to the hospital was 100% proof that these people are never going to do anything for themselves. Jason didn't want no help. Jason went to the hospital so he can get prescribed medication so that he can come home so he can get high. That is why he went to the hospital. That dude don't want to get better, and he don't want to do anything with his life. Neither does Shanny. All Shanny cares about is YouTube fame, which I hope she gets as much of it as possible, because the more people that watch her, the more people are going to report her and see her for the monster that she actually is. She was lying to everybody on here for months that she couldn't walk and that she couldn't move. And I've been telling people on here that she can move and she can walk. And I know some people on here are wise enough to understand that there was nothing wrong with her. And she proved that when Jason was in the hospital. Oh, now she can move from this space, and now she can move to that space. This woman was taking showers, and she was taking care of herself just fine, like she could have always done. If Jason really wanted help, Jason would have stayed in the hospital. Jason would have gained a little bit of weight and would have got some help with his mental well-being. A person like Jason should not be on social media. Not because I don't like him or nothing like that, because he can't mentally handle this. He can't mentally handle the scrutiny and the criticism that's going to come his way. He thinks that everybody must agree with him and everybody must speak well of him. Not everybody's born and bred to do this. So, for the people that have helped this so-called, and I'm referring to the other side of YouTube, the geek room, Jules, and all of those knuckleheads that went out there and got their children taken away and all this. Remember, now you are financially supporting a woman that beats up her man, a woman that is running a cancer scam, a woman that is conning her audience, a so-called woman who hates, well, actually, Jules, this is up your alley because you're an atheist, but who hates Jesus Christ. That woman doesn't love Christ, her or her so-called boyfriend. But the point of the matter is that I'm noticing that Hussy and a lot of these people are doing more to support them to stay on YouTube than they are about trying to get them off of here so that they can do something with themselves. Every dime they make on YouTube, I'm telling you, is going on Delta 8 and on fast food. It's one thing if they was just doing it and they was upfront and honest about it. But they keep getting on here lying to everybody, claiming that they're trying to better themselves, and they're not trying to do that. They're deceiving people. They're manipulating people into believing a lie. And that lie is that they're trying to do something for themselves. And they're not trying to do nothing for themselves. Now, I don't think Shanny earned much, but she did get her first check. If, in fact, she got it on the 21st. Okay? So I personally believe that the Geek Room don't deserve to be in any community that is responsible for calling people out for anything. I don't believe Jules should be in this community or be in a community calling anybody out. Nor BGTV or any of the rest of them. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're nothing but Shanny fanboys. That's all they are. The only time they care about children, actually, let me change the topic a little bit here because I know a lot of you know what I want to say regarding that. But I put it to you this way. They never cared about Zachary or William, as I said in the past, and I'll say it again. They never donated a dime for those kids to eat or for those kids to have anything. They never donated a dime towards them. But when it was convenient and it was profitable, they made their videos and they deceived their audience into believing they actually cared about that. Now they're supporting the very people that got their kid and this is just a reminder. There's a video out there talking about this in detail where Shanny said that because I wasn't physically there when this happened, where Shanny said that Jason kicked Zachary in the back of his head. These are the people that Jules and the Geek Room and all those knuckleheads are supporting. And don't tell me you're not supporting them. If you got mind control and you're going over there blowing smoke up her behind, I don't care if you think it's trolling or not. You are supporting her. And you helped her get her first check here on YouTube. You helped her. You ain't got no argument against me for the rest of your pathetic life. You got no argument against me. Your brand of morality is garbage. It is inconsistent. And you ain't got no room to talk about nobody. Hussy, you should be ashamed of yourself. I wouldn't even be talking about those two in the sense of going in their chat or trying to be a little bit supportive with them. At all. I thought for certain that when YouTube found out that Shanny wasn't supposed to be on here, that she would be gone. No. I'm not stupid, and I wasn't born yesterday. I see what's going on. There are people on here that want her on here because it's benefiting their channels. It benefits their channels. And if it benefits their channels, that means that they're going to make money. And I think it's high time that people get called out. I'm strongly recommending that people unsubscribe to the Geek Room and unsubscribe to Jules and unsubscribe to these fakes and hypocrites. And a lot of you need to demand a refund from them people for donating money to their channels when they actually got on here make believing like they actually didn't like Shanny or they didn't want her on here. Now you see them supporting her. There's something seriously wrong with that picture. I do expect a little bit of backlash for what I'm saying right now, but what I'm saying is true, and everybody can see it. Everybody can see it. What is this woman still doing on YouTube? If she's this child abuser, and she's a terrible mother, and she's running a cancer scam and doing all this other stuff, what is she doing on here? That's all I want to know. What is she doing on here? Oh, I know, Geek Room. Propping up y'all's YouTube channels. Propping up your YouTube channels. I said this on GTV and I'm going to say it on this channel again and again. You never actually cared about the topics. And I wish Broke Nut was on here, getting on here talking about some, I would accuse him of the same thing. I would accuse him of the same thing because he was in the forefront of all of that. Scientist Sam going in their chats, being all positive to Shanny. and never once confronting her. You too, Teddy Bear. As far as I'm concerned, Teddy Bear, you ain't nothing but a womanizer. You ain't nothing but an abusing womanizer, and you yourself are a child abuser. Because you are the one, you're one of the people that are keeping her on here, telling her what she needs to do to stay on here. You ain't doing jack squat diddly to talk some sense into these two on getting rent and security. Guess who they're gonna blame when they get kicked out of the uncle house? They ain't gonna blame me. Oh, no, 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 no. G-Man's gonna get off scot-free this time. No, now she's gonna blame you, and she's gonna blame your community because you guys didn't donate enough. Even though if you gave her your entire life savings, all she was gonna do is smoke it up and eat it up. I mean, getting 1,000,000 calories a day ain't easy. Don't give me this garbage that there are these terrible people and that she's this. And I'm referring to certain YouTubers on here, by the way. Don't give me this garbage that they're child abusers and everything, and then you're going over there donating to them. That Shanny's a con artist. That Jason is a drug addict. Well, you support drug addicts. As a matter of fact, in my next video, maybe I should put in the title. Maybe I'll change this later. The Geek Room supports drug addicts. The Geek Room supports child abusers. Jules supports child abusers. And we got the receipts to prove that she's giving them money. You know, because it's trolling to her, giving people money so that they can buy drugs, so that they can get high. These two are never going to get rent and security, ask for rent and security until some real pressure is applied to them. I've always said that if this community really wanted to see the two of them split, cut the money off. Trust me, it will happen faster than you think. They go 3 months without a dime going into that house and all that pressure be put on the uncle. A, they won't be there, and then B, they won't be together. But that's not profitable to certain YouTube channels. They need them to be together in order for their channels to function because they ain't got nothing else to talk about. So, Jules, again, you have a video on social media, on YouTube, stating that you, even though I think everybody knows that this is Boulder Dash, well, you're going out there saying that you are the one who gets information and you're the one who got their children taken away, right? And you believe that Shanny is a horrible mother, right? and that Rev's a horrible father, and he's a child abuser, even though you financially support him every chance you get. Geek Rooms says a lot of positive things towards them. They don't expose them. As a matter of fact, I dare say that I do more exposing, that I've done more exposing in the last year by myself than Jules and the Geek Room and Hussy and some of these other channels on here have done combined on that side of YouTube. Combined. I'm not saying that Hussy is financially supporting them. Don't get me wrong. But I am saying that the usual suspects are. They're hypocrites. They used this community financially to pretend like she was this terrible person. And she's so terrible, what's she still doing on here? I know this community very well. Well, that community very well. And I know how they act when they don't want somebody on here. If they didn't want me on here, I would be gone by now. I already know how they act. But you're gonna sit there and try to convince me that no, we've been trying and Shanny, and we've been trying and Shanny, and we've been trying. Shut up. No, you haven't been trying. I mean, if you want to keep it 100%, 150%, you want to keep it real, the majority of the month you were using Shanny to attack other content creators. That's what you were using Shanny for, to attack other content creators, because There are some because these channels that are financially supported, they don't got the guts to do it themselves. I mean, that's what happens when you got a yellow spine. You got no social life and you don't know how to handle business. I mean, everybody can't be G-Man, right? Point is this: these people out there that in the past said all this stuff about Shanny, they never truly and really cared about any of those things. All they wanted was your money. I'm cautioning the people here on YouTube to be a little bit more. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. To be a little bit more skeptical about what you're hearing from these content creators. Because, like I said, if these people really thought all this stuff about Shanny, the last thing they would be doing is giving her money. And again, if anybody's going to try to donate to this YouTube channel, oh, G-Man, thank you for saying this. You can go to Drader, you can go to Carrie, you can go to AI, T Petty. The people who actually really do think these people are terrible, go to those channels and donate to them. Go to Draven, go donate to those guys, but do not donate to me. This video isn't really about Shanny and Rev as much as about those other channels. Like, you can go to the Geek Room and you can look at their past videos. If you can find Dragnut's playlist, you can see how many videos. There's actually a video with him pretending like he's crying regarding what happened to one of the kids. Irate Alex should be ashamed of himself. He has documentaries about Shanny, and even he's saying positive stuff or trying to use those two to go after other people. And Irate, if you think I'm making stuff up, in the future, ask for a link. Cherry all. I'll besmirch you very quickly. All right, but again, these channels are hypocrites. There is no reason on God's green earth Shanny should have been on here long enough to make a content creator's check. There's no reason on the 21st Shanny should have got her check. Like I said, in the future, if they ever plan on coming after me, I'm telling you, in 2 videos, I'm going to end your entire career. I'm just letting you know that now. Oh, G-Man gave him somewhere to live, and G-Man did this, and G-Man, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? I can literally stop talking about Shanny and Rev and just talk about the Geek Room and their hypocrisy, and Jules' hypocrisy, and other people in that side of the community on their hypocrisy. I see who the real ones are on here that don't want to be responsible for their drug habits. And I see the ones who are actually supporting it. Like I said, Teddy Bear, you can sit there and say whatever you want about said content creators. You can say whatever you want, dude. You, my friend, don't got no room to speak about nothing. You have been disqualified to talk about anybody on here, dude. You're going to support Godzilla, you're going to go down with Godzilla. Period. Jules, you're going to sit there and you're going to support Godzilla, you're going to go down with Godzilla. You want to be known as being affiliated with the Minnesota Barracuda? Fine, no problem. No problem whatsoever. They love you so much that they got a stuffed animal and put it behind their chair. Who cares what you say on your channel? I care about what you actually do when you go on their channel. You hypocrite. Like I said, a lot of people need to start demanding refunds from a lot of these channels because these people have lied to you. Now, a lot of you don't care. $1 here, $2 there, $5 there. A lot of you don't care. But for the ones who really do, I think it's about time that you guys start confronting them about this stuff. There is no reason why the Reverend Shanny show should still be on here. I mean, what happened to the what was that? The Losers Club. What happened to the Losers Club? I mean, if you was gonna let them stay on here, you should have just let them get their quote unquote button when they had the Losers Club. And what's even funnier about this is their channel is doing better than some of their channels. That's what's hilarious about this. Don't worry, I know Shanny well enough that she'll point that out soon enough. But there's more to it than just that. They're also enabling the fact that Shanny and Rev, and I find this to be interesting, to be perfectly honest. I'm paying attention to some things that some people may not ordinarily pay attention to for legal purposes, but it seems like they're also supporting Shanny's domestic violence against Jason and Jason's domestic violence against Shanny. I mean, what if I made a video on here and started saying that it's okay for men to hit women? A lot of people would be in an outrage if I said that. But wait a minute, you're giving money to a guy that was beating up his girlfriend. You're giving money to a lady who has punched this dude in the nose, punched him in the face, and have beaten him with weapons. Don't give me that garbage that you care about that, because you don't. You don't care about those things. Because if you did, you wouldn't be financially supporting them. You wouldn't be affiliated with the people that are financially supporting them. Don't worry. This month and the next in the next fiscal month, I guess, for them or whatever, they'll get another check from the because of the support of the same people. They'll get another check. And Jason will continue to get beaten by Shanny. Shanny will continue to get beaten by Jason. Shanny will eventually get William to come back home when he turns 18. And then you can all get on here and talk about, oh, Williams this and Williams that. You're the one who financially supported her and gave her the confidence to do all of that stuff. You're the one who did that, not me. I had enough sense to throw them out after a while. Can't say that. I can't say that about you, Jules. I've always thought you was an airhead, and I always thought you were pretty dumb, and I still think you're pretty dumb. That's why when I'm in a room with you, it's so easy to troll you and anybody you're affiliated with. Fact of the matter is that these people are enabling these two. Now, Shanny wants to get on here and do what is that crunches that she's been doing, and Jason can get on here and take off his shirt and all other stuff. Nobody cares about that stuff. They're doing that mess for clicks and views. And I'm waiting for the next fight because that's coming because she's going to want to make some money. She knows there's a lot of money in their fights. She'll call the police on him again and say that he's a terrible person while eating all the food, taking his medication, and doing all the other stuff and whatnot. And you know what Teddy Bear's going to be doing? Bravo, Shanny. Bravo. Let me buy you a pizza. They pulled that garbage when I was around. They would have got the fear of God put in them. And they know it. Don't you ever talk about me and my former relationship with Shanny and Rev again. Because of you, Shanny and Rev made their first YouTube check. So Geek Room, why don't you just make a stream right now and say, you know what? Shanny got her first check. Let's give ourselves a pat in the back for supporting the Minnesota Barracuda in the Pennsylvania Hobo. Because that's what you should do. You should be very proud of yourselves. Except now you got to explain to your subscribers why you spent all that time making documentaries, making sure their name was all over social media so that they can get canceled. These two are the most cancel, uncanceled people I've ever seen in my life. They actually got canceled and now they're uncanceled. The stupidity that exists here on YouTube sometimes is absolutely mind-boggling. It is absolutely mind-boggling the level of stupidity that is on this platform, and not because YouTube won't do anything. It's because of the people that once upon a time didn't like Shanny. Now they're Shanny's biggest fans, and it's quite pathetic that that's the way that they got to become relevant is by keeping a canceled person on YouTube. Rather pathetic. If they would have just listened to me on the GTV days, they wouldn't be in this position. Like I said, it is what it is. Shanny earned her first check. To me, that is a major victory against Dragnut and his former band of idiots that was on here talking about Shanny. I gotta contact him on Skype one day and ask him what he actually thinks about all of this. Dragnut, if you're watching this, contact me on Skype. I wanna talk to you about the failure of your community and how all the work you did to get them canceled, now they're uncanceled and actually quite popular right now. Very popular right now. More popular than certain people in this community. And will continue to get more popular with more and more and more people talking about them, which is going to make it even harder to cancel them again. Because all she got to do is make another account and boom, she's right back on here again. And then the usual suspects will go over there and they'll financially support her all the way through. It's like they get on here and they say, get a job, get a job. Shut up. Just shut up, Geek Room. Shut up, Jules. Shut up, Teddy Bear. Just shut up. You don't want them to get a job. You don't want them to get a job. They live off of you. Did you hear me, Teddy Bear? They live off of you. Tell me something, Teddy Bear. How does it feel to know that they make more money than you, Teddy Bear? Because if you think they don't, you're stupid. Between the uncle and you and the check that they got from YouTube, they're doing better than you, Teddy Bear. Especially after hearing anti-social media talk about you. You ain't doing very well. But Shanny and Rev are now. They're not going to get on here and tell you how good they're doing. They want you to believe they're suffering. And they're going through all of this hard times. I guess we could call 2024 the Revenge of Shanny, because that's pretty much what we're seeing right now. We're watching the Revenge of Shanny. She doesn't care about other channels getting live viewers. All she cares about is those donos, those donations. That's all she cares about. Y'all can call her names if she blew in her face. Y'all can da. All she cares about is those donations. The sooner that moronic side of YouTube understands that, the better. Don't come to my channel. No, yeah, you support her. What's your point? You love her and you know, you probably want to date her too. You probably want to get yourself some TLC. Get that funk all over your body. You know what I mean? Smell like fungus feet, just like she does. So Shanny's actually beating the Dragoons. And to me, like I said, it's to me it's justice. To me, it's just justice. Right now, financially speaking, they're making more money than some of them are. And they forget that the uncle gives him money. They forget that they live rent free. While some of you are out there paying $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, or $3,000, or even more than that for your rent, those two are living rent free and eating for free, getting medicine for free, all courtesy of the morons on YouTube. Keep up the good work. And then when you lose your job and you can't provide for your own family, see how fast Shanny actually donates to you. Now, some people are going to be like, well, Gina, how can you be a Christian and speak this way? Because these people are not using the money for what they say they're going to use it for. They're getting high. That's what they're doing. They want drugs. And I'm starting to think this moron went to the hospital just so he can get the medication to give to Shanny because she's a crackhead. They'll probably crush up the pills into a powder and snort it or whatever it is that they're going to do. You would think that somebody on YouTube by now would have called the hospitals over there and said, look, there's these two people on here abusing medication. Nope, that ain't going to happen. That's bad for business. Shanny not being on YouTube, that's bad for business. Even Sabella has sold her soul. And she's over there with her little chapstick, putting all over her old cruddy lips. And while Shanny's bent over without bathing for days, she's over there kissing her butt. You go, Sabella. You keep up the good work. Pretty sure you and Nick Bravo are probably going to be big time contributors to her. Because you probably think it's going to get me upset. No. It ain't going to get me upset. It just makes me look at you as a hypocrite. That's all. You're nothing more than a hypocrite. You and Nick Bravo. Both of you are hypocrites. Just like the Geek Room, just like Jules, just like the rest of those morons that are going over there and donating. Keep doing it. Remember, they live rent-free. They do not pay for their utilities. They don't pay for their lights. They don't pay for their heat. They don't pay for their water. And for crying out loud, they don't pay for their internet. You do. They don't pay for nothing. Oh, they ain't stupid. All they know is a sucker born every day. Let me cut my computer on, get on here and pretend I can't walk. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming. This is the big one. And then these morons believe it and they donate. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm thinking about doing? Because it seems to be big business on here. Since people are that stupid on here, maybe I should get on here and pretend to be handicapped and get on here and be like, listen, guys, I can really use some donos. You know what I mean? I can use some Chinese food, you know, and some McDonald's. And pretend to be vegetarian so I can get a salad or whatever. Get on here and just make a fool out of myself and do some crunches. Because people are too dumb to realize what's actually going on. And I know this personally because I was the one paying for their light bill. I was the one paying for their water, and I was the one paying for everything. Now YouTube is doing it. Good job, guys. Pretty soon you'll be paying for their medical. Wait till they get on here and decide to tell you that their insurance don't pay for nothing. You'll be paying for their medical. and then you want to come to me and tell me that G-Man's an idiot and that G-Man's stupid, that G-Man is uneducated and and duh. Tell you this, my money is still in my pocket. So I can't be too dumb. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay. So the normal stuff in the chat here, whatever. So the point is, ladies and gents, is that I find it hilarious. And actually, what I'm actually going to start doing, just to show you just how hypocritical this community is, I told everybody I still have those GTV videos, and I have the videos when I actually defended Shanny. I'm actually thinking about uploading those to this channel. And make sure I put the Geek Room right in the title, because you know those immature kids can't stand to have somebody talk about them and not come over and see what's being said or whatever. But I want to remind them about the things that I said about them too when I was helping them. And then I want to show you what they were calling me in my live chat. I'm going to show everybody. Because like I said, I'm getting a kick out of this, and they're making this war way too easy for me. Way too easy. Some people says that I know that I'm wrong. I can't even read the truth in the chat. Let's see if we can find some truth in the chat here, ladies and gents. Let's find some truth in the chat here. Let's see something here. You are. Okay. I'm not sure how much truthful that is. Let's see something here. Hold on. He thinks he knows everything. Okay. I'm waiting for the truth here. Hold on a minute. No, the uncle is not the biggest enabler. You are. The YouTube audience is the biggest enabler. Jules is. The Geek Room is. They're the biggest enablers. Uncle isn't supporting their YouTube channel. The YouTubers are. See, now they want to throw it on the uncle. The uncle is enabling them after he sees the pics of Jason being so skinny and makeup on his eyes. After she blacked it, WTH, which is wrong. What the man is he sleeping with her or whatever, right? Well, the point is that the YouTubers are the biggest enablers. Why did she earn a check this month? Because that side of YouTube wanted her to earn a check because they want to support her drug habit. Somebody says, you think you really have control over Jules? No, I don't. Listen, I think you guys misunderstand me. Rev, Run. I think you guys misunderstand me. I don't think I have control over Jules. I own Jules. Jules couldn't make a solid point if she wanted to against somebody like me. That brat couldn't handle me on her best day. I proved that I don't know how many different times here on social media. I own that brat. I don't got to control her. All I got to do is show that she supports the Minnesota Barracuda. That's it. That's all I got to do. The end is over. Sup? So I'm looking at the chat. What am I supposed to see here in the chat? What am I supposed to see here in the chat? They're talking about the uncle. Like I said, because of you guys, Shanny made a nice little check this month. And Shanny's going to make a bigger one next month. And no, she's not. And let me tell you what's delicious about this. She ain't going to look for no apartment. They don't want rent and security. That was offered to them already. They didn't want it. They don't want rent and security. They don't want any mental help. Shanny does not have a therapist. Jason does not have a therapist. Okay. Google does not count as a therapist. All right. Jason is dying and Jules is supporting it. Jason is dying and the Geek Room supports it. Jason is dying and Teddy Bear support. But then again, why am I bringing up Teddy Bear? That dude's got a parole officer and everything else in the book. I need to stop bringing him up because that dude's probably going to end up locked up himself soon enough. And Jason doesn't care about his life because he actually believes when he dies, he's going to heaven. He actually believes this mess. Jason hasn't read the Bible in a very long time. He needs to go see the people that are omitted from getting to heaven in the book of Revelation. He needs to go read Matthew 25. This buffoon don't know what he's talking about, and he's setting himself up for disaster and his own fault because he's worshiping poutine pie. I mean, a lot of us like poutine pie, but it ain't God. It ain't a deity. Glitter Witch, yes. In the past, I gave them money. That is not a get out of jail free card. I am no longer friends with them. I am no longer associated with them. But a lot of the people, some of the people that are watching me right now are, and some of the people that are watching me right now are donating, and some of the people right now are affiliated and supporting the people who are actually giving to them. Come up with a better argument. That does not work no more. I'm not ban evading. That's the difference. I accidentally deleted GTV because I kept hiding it. I'm not ban evading. And I have multiple YouTube channels. I have this channel. I have the G-Man channel. I have Marked by God. I have G-Man versus the Hebrew Israelites. And 8 other YouTube channels beside those that nobody knows anything about. Ban evading. No, I don't do that kind of thing. So, again, I think it's sad, but it is what it is. And these kind of things are going to continue to happen. They're going to continue to happen because some people need them on here in order to be relevant. That's what I'm finding well and whatnot. But the point is that you won't be hearing about me giving them anything. You won't be hearing. You might hear about what happened in 1942, but you ain't gonna hear nothing in 2024. You're just not gonna hear it. And I believe the biggest piece of evidence that Jason could care less about getting help is the fact that he would not stay in a hospital. He got out, got medication, and he got on YouTube and got high. That dude don't want no help. And Jason, if you're watching this, I'm gonna say this to your fake. I'm gonna say this to you, content creator to fake content creator, and you're the fake one because you haven't produced any real content in God knows how long. The point is that you don't want no help, dude. Because if you wanted help, you would have stayed where you were. 6 months in that place, and your mind would be much better than it is now. You're concerned about a barracuda that was taking care of itself just fine when you wasn't around. As a matter of fact, she was eating it all up when you was gone. She only missed you because she was horny. She doesn't care about you, dude. Just like you don't care about her. I'm sick and tired of listening to you say you love her, you love her, you love her, but you refuse to work. You don't know what love is, dude. You really don't. You really don't. You don't have the foggiest idea what love is, dude. And you never will. I don't want a relationship with Shanny. I don't want to be with Shanny. But if I was with Shanny, do you honestly believe this woman would be here on the internet begging for money? If she was with Chris, do you honestly believe she would be on here every single day begging for money? Even Doug, do you honestly believe that she would be on here begging for money? You're pathetic, Jason. You're absolutely sad and you're pathetic. You had a golden opportunity to get the so-called help you want. But thank you for showing everybody you never wanted no help, dude. You're a con artist. You're a liar. And you love being a bum on social media. You're doing your family so much good and justice in the world by doing the stuff that you're doing on the internet. The last of the Egroffs have become a joke on the internet. And you, Jason, are a joke. And Shanny, I saw your post where you said that your family abandoned you because of your mental illness. No, your family abandoned you because you are a con artist. Would you like for me to invite them on here so that they can say it? You are a con artist. You are a fake and a fraud. And you deceived quite a bit of us. I'm not gonna lie. You deceived a lot of us. Like, I mean, you're good. You're real good. Like, you're a professional. Between the two of you, I believe that you deserve prison time, Shanny. But you're not going to get it because technically you're already there anyway. In the prison of poverty, where you're going to stay for the rest of your life because you're too dumb to do anything about it. You don't have to be impoverished, Shanny. Jason, you don't have to be impoverished. Jason, you remember that condescending video you made on Fat Courtney Love's YouTube channel where you claimed people was jealous of your mother? When you was encouraging, when you was telling me, when you were throwing me out that house illegally to go get a job, but yet you refuse to actually do it yourself. You are being utterly exposed on here for the con artist and the liar that you actually are. I have no respect for you whatsoever, dude. And you can get on here and say G man this or say my name till you're blue in the face. It ain't gonna change the fact that when I go to bed tonight and if I want to eat something, I don't gotta beg nobody for nothing. I'll go to my refrigerator and I'll get me something to eat. You, on the other hand, got to get on your hands and knees. You got to put your chapstick on and you got to kiss everybody's butt in order to get a little bit of food in your stomach. I don't got to do that. Before I sold that house, I didn't have to do it because I am a working man and I believe in work. Okay, I believe in work. The only sad thing about it is that there's other people in here that believe in work, but they're taking their money and they're wasting it on two people that don't want to do nothing for themselves. I mean, if you're really just going to throw your money away, go outside tomorrow, go find the first crackhead that you see walking down the street, talking to himself, doing all that other stuff and whatnot with the powder hanging out their nose, and just give them your paycheck if you're going to be this stupid. Been around these two. I know what's going on and I know what time it is. But in a way, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Like prior to making this video, I was like, man, maybe I should just let things go the way it's going. I mean, the people I don't like on here are the people that's giving the money. They're the ones wasting their money. Less money to use to hurt other people. You know. So I'm just saying, geek room. Once upon a time, that woman got on here and she laughed at your friend dying. There's water under the bridge. You know, you never really cared about your friend to begin with. You hypocrites.